All right, guys, I'm going to talk to you today about a couple of different ways that we have that we can assess our kids thanks to the internet and technology. But the first one is Kahoot, the second one, and so we go to kahoot.com, right? And the second one is Quiziz, and this is just quiziz.com. And both of these I've chosen because they're very easy wins. And by that, I mean it's an easy way for you to use technology in your classroom. It's something that we can, as teachers, use. And it's a super simple setup. It's a super simple way to use these things because we literally all we have to do is go and create a new quiz, or with either of these, we can search for quizzes that other people have already set up for us. So we can go to Quiziz, for example, and I can type in economics. And in this window, we're going to see all these different quizzes that other people have created. All right. And we can look over here on the right and we can see if we like these questions or not. All right. We can see, are these good questions or not for us? If they match what we're teaching, and if, say, we do like it, we can use this assessment by clicking on live or by play, and we can either create a game inside of our classroom. We can assign this as a homework quiz, or we can make it a solo game in which our kids can compete against other kids in other areas, maybe if they found our game code, right? Or they can compete against other kids throughout the world and they can see where they stand, right? But regardless, it just kind of creates a little bit of a competition with these two options. But with this one right here as well, it just creates a different way for us to assess our kids and figure out, do they know what we're talking about? All right. So imagine you could use this at the end of class every day, almost as your exit ticket, right? You give them a short quiz at the end of every class, and we can tell, did the kids actually know that? And the way that we can tell that is by clicking on reports right here on the left. And so if I look at this, this is just a sample report, right? This is just one that I made just playing around in my class, but we can see that Romeo on economic basics, well, he made 100. So we've got a pretty good idea that Romeo must understand what's going on here, right? We've even got an option of emailing this to our parents. Well, maybe if a kid is struggling, or maybe you want to just reach out and say, hey, your kid's doing great. Check this out. Look at this, right? Or maybe you send the email to the parent, say, ooh, hey, look, he probably needs to work on this a little bit more at home. But it gives us instant feedback. And again, the great thing why I love both of these, using these in my classroom, is the fact that I don't have to grade this stuff myself, right? All I've got to do is enter the quiz, let my kids take it, and it gives me all the feedback right here. It's quick, it's easy, and now I can use this information and I can use it to help my kids. And let's figure out, hey, well, if you're not getting this, Romeo, right? Maybe, well, Romeo, maybe he got 50% here. Well, now I can tell him, hey, look, these are the areas where you're struggling. So let me offer a little bit more help in that area. And the same thing we can do with Kahoot. So maybe I wanted to search economics again, right? And I click here. Okay. And again, here's going to come a whole list of different tests and different Kahoots that other teachers have created for me. Again, guys, there's no point in us recreating the wheel if it's already been created for us. If somebody else has already done the work, well, let's take advantage of it and let's use it. All right, so if I wanted to use this economics one right here, for example, whenever this pops up, you'll see that it's got a whole set of different questions that somebody else has created for me. And I can click play right here on the left, and I can make this a game inside my class. And then my kids can take this quiz, right? And we can see what they know, right? And then at the end of it, just like with Quiziz, I can click on reports, and here are all the reports of all my different quizzes that I've given, or all my different Kahoots that I've given. And it actually downloads it to a spreadsheet for you. And right here we can look, I know this kind of looks confusing, but if you spread it out, then we can see how many people have gotten the answers correct, who got these questions incorrect. We can see how long it's taking them on average to answer these questions. We can see what their score was, what percentage of questions that they got right. So it gives us just a different way of assessing our kids other than paper and pencil, something that's a little more interesting for the kids, a little more fun for the kids. And for us as teachers, at the end of the day, it takes a lot of the work off of our desk, takes a lot of the paperwork off our desk, and it allows us to more consistently assess our kids and allows us to create assessments that are fun And like I said, allows us to assess them on a daily basis. But guys, if you need help with any of this, or if you need me to come help you show you how to set this up, just let me know.